Hi Liz, and welcome to your reading. This is going to be a past loved one reading for your two babies, which is why I have two decks here, because they were kind of drawn to them. And just so you know, the things that I saw and that were told to me usually happens between 2 and 4 a.m. and it's usually the day before the reading occurs. But last night, the things that I saw were for the older one, which would be 13 years old now. I'm saying that he would have been a boy, and he's very attracted to like electronics or technology. Like he wanted to go into something to do with that field. It just fascinates him. So when he saw this steampunk deck that I had, he's like, I want that one. And I'm also getting like images of what he probably would have went to, which is, it seems like military based. I feel like had he still been alive, he would have gone into the military and pursued what he wanted to do regarding electronics, is what I was feeling and seeing off of him. And then for the one who would have been 11 years old, I was seeing a girl, and when I saw her, she had sort of she had long hair, but it was like in the middle of her, not her forearm, her bicep, is it? I don't know muscles. Not this arm, but the other part of the arm. Or not this part of the arm, but the other part of the arm. But when I saw the 11-year-old, I saw that they came out as a girl. And when I saw her, her hair was about mid back length. So the way I perceive things, when it comes to people who have passed away, I see that as like a different world. They're in a different world. Other people can see it as like heaven, or some people can see it as hell sometimes, or even purgatory. But for me, I see them just being in a different world. And sometimes our worlds cross. And at times, if they will it, they can choose to either age or stay the same. And usually for me, what I feel and what I've seen is when it comes to babies who passed away so young, I see them as if they've aged, what they would have looked like now had they still been alive. That being said, there were certain things that they both told me about too, being at the age that they would have been now, because at 13 and 11 years old, you already kind of understand what you like, and you're understanding what you don't like, you know? So you're sort of developing your personality. With the 13-year-old, he was coming off as kind of stubborn. Kind of like, I want to do my own thing, but like he'll still listen to you, but he just comes off as very stubborn. The 11-year-old came off as very kind, gentle, sort of timid as well, but she very much has this big imagination, and she was very attracted to animals, is what I'm getting. I see her with like a white stuffed bunny that kind of looks like, I don't know if you remember the 90s, what were they called? Beanie Babies? How they looked? You know, where they were kind of flimsy with their arms and their legs? That's how her bunny looked when she was holding the bunny. So when she saw like all my animal decks, she kind of like went to those. But I'm gonna go ahead and ask the questions that you have, and then just sort of see if they have anything to say to you as well. And I have my portal box over here. Not sure if you can see it on the camera, I can't tell, but it's right here in case they want to speak through it. And then I have my audio recorder here, which I'll also review in case they say something that we can't hear physically. Okay? What do either of you want to tell your mother? Do you want to say something to her? You want to say hi to her? She does have a question for both of you. She has a few questions. For the 13-year-old, I'm gonna ask the 11-year-old too. And just so you know, Liz, for some reason, I'm seeing the boy either as like a Gabriel or Matthias, something with M-A, Matthias, Matthew, something like that, is what I'm seeing him trying to call himself. And then the girl, I'm seeing her as a Isabel or Isabella. So those names kind of just came at me. I just wanted to let you know. And just so you know, Liz, there is a spread that I've found where we can get a simple yes or no answer to with the cards. So just to explain it, a yes would be, we'd have to pull 5 cards in total. A yes is gonna be even numbers and all of the major arcana, like the Hierophant, the Tower, those are major arcanas. So those would be yes cards. No cards would be odd numbers on the court cards. Court cards being King, Queen, Page, Knight. And we'd pull 5 in total. If more cards lean to yes, it would be a yes. If more cards lean to no, it would be a no. So I'm gonna do both of those for both of the babies to see if they can tell us through the cards and if they can also tell us through the devices that I have around. Now I will tell you now though, I don't see or feel that the 11-year-old is mad at you. I do see that the 11-year-old does forgive you. Like there's no sort of like hatred in their heart or like wondering why. But with the 13-year-old, I do have them coming off as they're a bit angry. They're the ones who are saying why. They're the ones who they're the ones who are saying the why and what was wrong with me. Kind of like they're in not denial, but they just don't understand why, is what I'm getting from the 13-year-old. The 11-year-old understands, which is kind of funny because the 11-year-old is younger than the 13-year-old. But I just wanted to let you know that's what I saw and felt from them when I saw them. But I'm gonna go ahead and use the cards too. And again, use the devices that I have out in case they want to say something physically. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 13-year-old. And now we're gonna pull for the 11-year-old. Just turned off. Kids, babies, you drained my batteries. Okay, sorry about that. My battery got drained for some reason, which spirits tend to do that when they need energy to manifest or even to like try to say something. Okay, so now we're asking the 11-year-old, do you forgive your mother? Actually, I'll ask both of you again. Do you forgive your mother? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I have the decks for both of them. I'm just gonna ask, I heard an okay. Just gonna ask again for both of you. Can you tell me if you forgive your mother? Let's see what we got. The Lovers is a yes. Strength is a yes. King of Swords is a no. Two of Pentacles is a yes. Three of Pentacles is a no. You have 3 yeses and 2 nos. This tells me as stubborn and as confused as the 13-year-old is as to why, they do forgive you. They just want to understand more. What I would say about this, Liz, is if you can talk to the 13-year-old, let them know one night before you go to bed. I'm sure you have already, or at least thought of it in your head. If you can just one night before you go to bed, talk to the one who would have been 13. That was loud. Talk to the one who would have been 13 and sort of explain to them as you would a 13-year-old why pretty much. They don't understand why. From like an adult standpoint, they need you to clarify to them why. And don't just say directly, oh, I did it because of this. Like, go into detail, explain to them sort of a full story. Tell it to them as if it was a story. Why you did it, what happened to get you to the point of having to do it, and, you know, just go into detail explaining to them so they know, because they are confused. And like I said, they feel a little angry. The 13-year-old does, not the 11-year-old, but the 13-year-old feels a little bit angry because they're confused and can't understand the why. My God, sometimes this gets really loud. Sorry about that if it sounds loud when you watch the video, but that's what I say to you for the 13-year-old, is if you can just take time at night before you go to bed to just have that conversation with them. Sit down on your bed. Just picture them sitting down next to you as if you were talking to them like they were there, like they were sitting next to you and you're talking to them, having a conversation. And just let them know deep down in your heart the why, and explain to them as best as you can to a child when it comes to things like that. But they do forgive you. They're just confused. Okay? And for the 11-year-old, we have a yes. I'll put it here. It says a yes. 9 of Visions is a no. 2 of Boons is a yes. Weaver of Visions is a no. The Folly, which is like the Tower, is a yes. So that's 3 yeses, just like the 13-year-old, and then that's 2 no's. So since you have 3 yeses out of the 5, that would also indicate the 11-year-old, of course, also forgives you. And like I said, the 11-year-old, when I was channeling her and talking to her and what she was showing me through her emotions, because I understand they passed so young, and usually as a baby, you know, you still have a lot of things to develop, you still have a personality to develop. One thing that they would understand is if something hurts or if they're hungry, you know, they usually just cry. So when I was channeling them, I channeled them towards the age they would have been, where they already have their personality, and I could see that and I could feel that. But with the 11-year-old, I keep saying she because I see the 11-year-old as a girl and the 13-year-old as a boy. But the 11-year-old understands more on the why you did it, and of course they do forgive you. They love you very much. They're a very calm and timid person. Kind of like they're shy. is what she's showing me. Because like when I was trying to talk to her, like I said, she was holding that bunny, but she was doing this thing that kids do, is like when they're shy and they have a toy with them, they kind of hold the toy to them and like cradle it like they're moving. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense, but that's what I saw when I was trying to talk to her. But yes, they both forgive you. I'm getting that from both of them. Like I said, just talk to the 13-year-old so they can understand a bit better. All right. And the next question that you have, which I'll ask again through the cards too and through my devices, is if they watch over you and their siblings. Now, right off the bat, I can say that yes, they do, and there are things that I saw that they have been doing when they're around you or their siblings. One thing that I saw is, I don't know if, well, you can tell me because this is what I saw, so I would just need you to let me know, but there probably have been times where you feel like something tugged at you, like on your clothes, or like you got caught on something with your clothes. That's what I'm seeing, where it's like, it's kind of like they were trying to get your attention or having you just wait for a little bit, like a sign of protection. It's kind of, how should I explain this? Not necessarily like the butterfly effect, but sometimes they do things to make you late, if that makes sense. Like, let's say you woke up on time to go to work on time, but then there's all of these things happening. It's probably little things that are happening that are like frustrating you, where you're like, oh my God, you know, now I'm gonna be late kind of thing. But I feel like it's both of them doing that because they're protecting you from something. Had you left on a specific time, something may have happened to you. Or you may run into a specific person that you shouldn't have. So I feel like they're doing like little things like that might seem annoying to you, but that's like the only little things that they can do right now, is either purposely do stuff to throw off your day to get to a certain destination or to leave to a certain destination at a specific time. And I see them like tugging on you, like on your clothes. You know how a kid would do when they try to get your attention? They kind of like, hey, mommy, kind of thing. That's what I see them doing to like get your attention or to indicate, hey, I'm here. I want to talk to you. But that's what I see. Which to me shows that yes, they are watching over you too. Now again, I can pull the cards for both of them just to get a yes out of the cards too. So just give me 1 second. Gotta shuffle the cards again. Oh, that actually shuffled pretty good. I'm practicing, so I'm getting better. For the 13-year-old, your mom wants to know if you watch over her and your siblings. Can you say yes or no to the question? Do you watch over your mom and your siblings? That sounded like a sometimes to me, like directly out of the box. Which is understandable because, you know, they're also doing their own thing where they're at. Oh my God, that was a lot. One more. Do you watch over them? Okay, no. For the 11-year-old, wait, is this 5 cards? Yes. For the 11-year-old, can you tell me if you watch over them? can say yes or no, or you can say sometimes. I heard your brother say sometimes. Can you tell me if you watch over them? Two more cards, just to say, let me know if you watch over them too. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the question was, do you watch over her and your siblings? Queen of Pentacles is a no. 7 of Wands is a no. 4 of Pentacles is a yes. The Hierophant is a yes. And then the Ace is a no. So for the 13-year-old, based on the cards, he's saying no. And then on the spirit box, I could have sworn I heard him say sometimes. But I feel like the reason why that's coming off that way is, again, he's the one who's a bit bitter and a bit angry as to why. So I feel like if you explain to him, like I said earlier, tell him why, then he'll want to be more around you and around his siblings. It's kind of like, I don't think he's jealous as to why he's not there and they are. He's just confused. So because he's confused and he doesn't understand and he's seeing somebody else there, not him, of course he's not going to want to stay around as often because, like I said, no entiende. He doesn't know. So he's just a bit mad. Not to say that he's not gonna ever watch over you. It's just, he did say sometimes on the box, what I heard. So remember, have that talk with him. He's there sometimes, not always. Now for the 11-year-old, we have the 10 of Visions is a yes. The Wise Woman is a yes. The 7 of Boons is a no. The Forest Lord is a no. And the 8 of Visions is a yes. So for the 11-year-old, they're saying yes, that they do watch over you. That's the one that's really shy and timid. So I feel like she kind of just stays either, not really in a corner like creeping, but she's like sitting on a bed or like on a chair. She's seen her baby sister, like she would either like hold on to the bars on the crib and like peek, because she's tall enough now to do it, but she does watch over you guys. He does too, but como te digo, with him, he's a little bit angry because of the confusion and the why. She's more understanding. He's more stubborn. Now we're gonna go to your next question. This is it's more of a, I have it written down by the way. It's more of a request, I feel, than a question. So you stated to tell them, can you visit her in her dreams so she can see and hold you? So I'm just gonna let both of them know. Your mom is asking you to visit her in her dreams. What I ask from you is if you can visit her both in the forms of when you were babies, but if you can also visit her with how I saw you. How you were 13 and how you looked to me or how you showed yourself to me, and how you were 11 and how you showed yourself to me. That way she can understand sort of the way I was describing you. Or she could see what I saw, and then she can come and tell me, and then we can come together and share our stories so we can both understand. So she's asking if you can please visit her when she's sleeping. Can you let me know that you'll visit her? I think I heard a yes. I'll have to review to see. What I did want to do as well though, I want to see what both of them, sort of like what both of them saw or see in you, or how they see you is what I want to see. Does that make sense? So I'm just gonna ask them, I'm gonna ask both of them, the 13-year-old, how you see your mother, and then the 11-year-old, how you see her mother. So just give me a second. I'll do the 13-year-old first. I just have to shuffle the cards again. I'll be right back. Oh my god, I'm terrible at shuffling. Why does that... Okay, that one was a little better. But you know what? I don't mind showing that on video. Because hey, I'm still learning how to shuffle. Or people shuffle like this, which I do too. I do the, I don't know what it's called, but that one, and then after that I do this one. So this is how I pick like the cards that pop out or that fall out. The only thing is it does take a while because I do this for each card and I feel that that drags, but that's how I do it. Just so you know, I just wanted to say that. So how do you see your mom? 3 cards is good. Unless you want to throw more at me, that's okay. Whoa. Is this 3? Yes, it is. So we have the King of Wands, the 8 of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. So the 13-year-old sees you as a very fiery, passionate person. But they're also saying that there are times where you seem clouded, or the sort of hot-headedness that happens with you sometimes clouds your vision or your way of thinking. And they do see that if you work on this, or like they're kind of sounding like, "Mommy, don't do that." You know, that's what I'm hearing. So they do see that if you work on that, if you work on these things, they do see that you can become a better person, or things will be easier for you, like you're headed on the right track. So they do see you as a good mother, because they see that you are responsible and you are heading the right way. It's just that you're too fiery sometimes, and with that it clouds you, puts that cover on your eyes, you know? And that's what I get from the 13-year-old. But generally they are saying, yes, you're a good mama. I just wish you worked on these things, but I know you're a good mama. So let me do for the 11-year-old. Give me one sec while I shuffle. Okay, her shuffle was a little better. Just a little bit. Give me 3 cards on how you see your mama. Unless you want to give me more too, it's okay. Ooh. Oh, well, these were 2. Already I saw things that were similar to this one. So these are from the 13-year-old. Hopefully you can still see it. And these are from the 11-year-old. So we got the Seeker of Challenges. We have the 10 of Challenges. And then we have Suspension. Suspension is like the Hanged Man or the Hanging Man. So también with the 11-year-old, they're seeing that you've gone through a lot también. Like they're both seeing your struggles, and they're both seeing the way you react to those struggles. With the suspension, it's like they see that you are taking time with, like, how should I explain it? You know, like when you usa, like when you calm down, the thing is, the things you're doing to calm down, they don't like. They wish you wouldn't do those things. I personally don't know everything that you do to calm down, but they, excuse me, they do see that, the things that you choose to do to sort of like get your mind off of things, to, you know, tone down that hot-headedness over here. So they do see that. También they're there with you when you've gone through those challenges, through those struggles. And the 11-year-old también also sees you as a very direct woman. As a Seeker of Challenges is like the Knight. The Seeker in this deck is the Knight. So they do see you as a very direct woman, as like, you know what you want, you know where you're going, but they're aware of the hot-headedness that you have sometimes, and they don't like the things that you do to zone out, so to speak. They kind of wish like you were more, how should I say this, more kind as to how you come across, both like verbally, the way you say things, or the way you word things, or even también body language is a thing too that they've noticed. So they're both there, they're both watching over you, and they both generally see you as a good mother. There's just things that they wish that you worked on, because they know that those specific things are what's just making you get more anxiety or more stress. It's kind of, in a way, it's sort of an easy fix, because, you know, you can just stop doing that and you'll be fine. But because you've been doing it for so long, it's going to be difficult for you to change that, which is fine. Change is a process. It's like a butterfly. When they turn caterpillar to butterfly, it's not instant. It's a process. A transformation is a process. So that's what I'm getting from this, from both of them, what they've seen in you as, you know, throughout the years, también, not just recently. And I just want to pull a few more cards regarding, because I know they're, well, mainly the 11-year-old is really into animals. So I'll pull an animal card for them that they want to give you for sort of guidance, or like a, you know, like a loving message to you. And then I'll pull another one for the 13-year-old, and then after that we'll do your angel cards. Okay? All right. Just gonna shuffle these, and I'm just gonna ask if you both can just give me one card that you want to give to your mom. Oh, I have one there. Just to let her know what you feel that she needs right now to hear, or, you know, just a little bit of, this one popped up, just a little bit of guidance you want to give her. Okay, that was loud. So we have the moose, which is wisdom. Hopefully you can see it. And it says, let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul, that gut feeling. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. we have the swan, which is Grace. It's funny that this one came out for the 11-year-old. Very like soft, very, you know, graceful. That's what I feel from them. And it says, you who glides across the waters of my soul, bring me your wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty. So what I'm getting from these is the girl wants to, obviously they want to learn from you because, you know, you're her mom. You're her mama. She wants to learn from her mama and things that her mom does. So she wants to grow with her mama. And as far as the boy, he's the one who's just a little stubborn, a little angry, but he's over here also mentioning también, in a way, stop being so hot-headed. Let your mind and your head reach to the stars, you know, like calm down a little bit. Keep your feet grounded on the earth. So that's what I'm getting from the boy. Now we're gonna go to your angel cards. So I'm gonna pull an angel card, which this is what the deck looks like. One for each of them. Just to see what they generally help you with, what they're generally there to help watch over or take care of. Aside from, of course, watching over you and their family, but just what else is it something that they focus on? So for the 13-year-old, just give me one card to show that angel to your mom. So we have, I don't even know how to say this. You're probably gonna laugh at me trying to say it. Habuhia. Habuhia. I didn't say it that bad. Habuhia, which it would be the 9 of Cups in a tarot deck. Habuhia, if I'm saying it correctly, means God the kindest giver. And this angel is an angel of healing. What the angel assists with is to preserve health and to cure diseases. So for the 13-year-old, this is the angel that they picked for you. So they're very much aware of the hardships that you're going through. They're very much, I feel like they have more of your, not attitude, they have more of your personality, is what I get from them. So they're very much aware of the things that you've gone through emotionally and mentally specifically. So they're giving you this angel of healing and also an angel to help watch over your health too, because we all know health is a big thing that we need to watch over, not only to, you know, live longer, but to make sure we're able to do what we can physically with like all the people around us. Like if somebody wants to go out, if your kids want to go out playing and you can because of health issues, you know, we got to take care of our body. Now for the 11-year-old, what angel, oh, we have, and I'm sorry if I say this wrong or if it sounds funny, Yahel is what I'm getting, which would be the 5 of Swords in a tarot deck. Yahel means God the highest being. And Yahel is the angel that desires to know. And what they assist with is the acquisition of wisdom. So the angel that the 11-year-old is giving you is an angel to assist, to help you with understanding or becoming more understanding of not only others, but of situations, sort of to give yourself clarity of things. That's the angel that she has with you or around you. So again, we have, how should I say this name again? Habuhia? Habuhia. Say that. Try to say that, Liz. Literally, look at the name. Habuhia. That looks like what it is. Habuhia and Yachel. That accent is helping me out here. So these are your angel cards. And I just want to draw one more card just to bring them together. Something that, again, they want you to either focus on or something that they want you to work on right now to get to. So we have the discretion card, which to me is just telling me that they want to make sure you're aware that you work on how you say things, how you provide information to things. Pretty much how you, not how you give, but how should I word this? It's kind of how you, the energy that you're giving to specific people, depending on the circumstance. There's a way to, obviously, if there's an emotion of anger that you're experiencing, there's a way to give out the anger in a more calming way, if that makes any sense. Because you can be angry and like destructive, but you can also be angry and calm. So they want you to sort of, you know, those moments where somebody says something or does something and just automatically that ego kicks in and you're like, ooh, and then you're ready to say something. They're saying, no, mommy, don't do that. Hold on, just take a step back, think about it for a little bit, just calm down a little bit, and then act, or then say. And then the other thing that came out is upheaval, which is telling me that they're sort of indicating that they want you to work on a specific change in your life, or like a very important change or event, like a very important step that you have to take. It's gonna have like an upheaval effect where it's gonna change so much for you. It's gonna be like a 180 sort of thing. Probably it's gonna be something very strange and new to you, but it's sort of like a transformation in a way. So they want you to focus on your self-transformation también. All right, so I hope that made sense. If you have any questions, let me know. If there's anything that was caught in my digital recorder here, I will put it towards the end of the video. If there isn't, then there won't be any of the EVPs at the end of the video, but I am going to review that as well as what I hear within the actual video. All right. Kids, babies, you drained my batteries. As a baby, you know, you still have a lot of things to develop. You still have a personality to develop. Love. 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 Can you let me know that you'll visit her? Your kids want to go out playing and you can't because of health issues, you know? Thank you so much again for letting me do this reading for you. I really do hope that they do visit you, because I want them to show you what they showed me, if that makes sense. Like how, when I thought of them, how they looked. I want them to show you that, as well as, you know, them being babies, because I know you want to hold them. But even if they're 13 and 11-year-olds and you see them, they can still give you that nice hug, you know? But when that happens, I do ask that you let me know and that you try your best to remember what they look like and just describe it to me in detail, just so we can put our stories and our visions together. And it's just gonna be a very beautiful thing. So again, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.